Hello children, hope everyone is doing good and great. Yes. So children, we all know that we have to stay healthy, correct? So when we stay healthy, we become very active and we are free from diseases. Correct children? So children, you must have also heard about a proverb in English which says a healthy mind dwells in a healthy body. So it says that a healthy mind. So wherever there is a healthy body, the healthy mind stays in such body. So if your body is fit and fine, then your mind will also be very active and energetic, and you can do all your work properly. If you are not feeling good, if your body is tired, weak, you won't feel like doing a work, right? You won't even feel like eating sometimes. So children, it is very much important that your body stays healthy in order to have a healthy mind. And can you tell me few things how can you make your body healthy? How can you keep your body healthy? Yes, by taking proper food, by doing some exercise. Yes, children. So there are certain factors which are responsible for having a proper health. So today in this session, let us study about chapter number 6, which is about food, health and diseases. So in this chapter, we are going to learn about what kind of food we have to eat and how our health is, how our health can be maintained well, free from diseases, and also some of the diseases, most commonly encountered diseases. Okay? So now moving on to the factors which affect our health. So the first factor is we have to eat a balanced diet. So children, we have to eat a balanced diet. I'll explain these points one by one. Okay. So next point is drink plenty of clean water. Third is exercise regularly. Fourth point is take proper rest. Fifth point is take care of personal hygiene or personal cleanliness. Okay, so now let me explain you the first point, that is having a balanced diet. Eat a balanced diet. Children, balanced diet, before understanding about balanced diet, let us first understand about the food. Why do we eat food? Whatever food we are eating, the meal we are taking, it is known as diet. Okay. So the food is important for nourishment. Correct? It gives nutrients to our body. It gives energy to our body. Also, food helps to stay away from the diseases. It keeps the disease away from our body. It helps in growth of the body. It provides energy to the body. Correct? So, the food, there are majorly, we can divide the food as into nutrients. There are major components of nutrients. The first one say carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals and vitamins. So these nutrients are mainly classified into 5 types, that is carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals and vitamins. Children, you have already learned about these minerals in detail in your previous class, in your previous, the academic year. So carbohydrate, all these nutrients, if we get proportion of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals and vitamins is called as a balanced diet. Okay, so that means our body requires all kinds of nutrients. It is not that if we have only carbohydrates or if we intake only protein foods, our body will be fit, our body will be free from diseases. No, that is wrong. We have to have a complete balanced diet for our body, for proper functioning of the body. And children, depending on certain factors like age factor or the gender factor, maybe a boy child or a girl child, or the age of the child, whether the person is a child or a youngster or a elderly person. So yes, so depending on all those things, the balanced diet can vary from person to person. So it is not standardized. You can say it is not necessary for each person to have a same kind of diet. For example, you are having a kind of diet. The same diet has to be followed with your grandparents also? No. Because the grandparents are much older and they require much less energy. They can't, their digestive property is not, so it has become weakened. So they can't digest more food, and also they will be less active in the work, correct? You will be playing around, you will be going out, but your grandparents, they can't play like you. And their growth has been limited now. Their growth has been stopped. As a child, your growth keeps on, going on till you become an adult. So you require more food, you require more nutrients, and the nutrients which you need to have more is carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins and minerals. So proteins helps to repair, proteins help in the maintenance of the body, correct children? Yes. So that is how a balanced diet varies from person to person. Now coming on to the next one, that is plenty of clean water. Now I said balanced diet consists of mainly these 5 nutrients. But along with this, it is very much important that a person has to drink plenty of clean water. Okay, plenty of clean water and fibrous food that acts as a roughage, which helps in the proper bowel movement. Okay, so that means we also have to drink lot of clean water. You know children already that we have to drink 8 to 10 glasses of water every day. So every day you have to drink 8 to 10 glasses of clean water. If you drink dirty water, again you will fall sick. So you have to drink plenty of clean water only, along with the balanced diet. Next point is exercise regularly. So children, you know exercise. How we are saying a balanced diet is important to our body. Same way, regular exercise also is very much important in order to keep our body fit. Why is that so? There are several benefits of doing an exercise. Few benefits are: exercise keeps your body fit, it keeps your muscles working, it makes your muscles strong, it keeps your heart and lungs in a proper efficient manner, it makes your heart and lungs work efficiently, and it also helps in the blood circulation. So the blood circulation increases, the intake of the oxygen also increases. Okay, and if all this has increased, the intake of oxygen and the blood circulation, then obviously your body will become more active and you will feel more energetic. Okay children, and after you see when you play, and this exercise comes in which all ways children? It is not necessary that every day you have to follow the the physical PT exercise. No, exercise can come in the form of swimming, dancing, walking, jogging, playing. So all your sport activities, outdoor activities, okay, and dancing and all those things will be accommodating the exercise. Okay, so exercise is not just doing 1, 2, 3. Not only that, exercise can come in the form of swimming, other external activities, that is swimming, jogging, walking, running, jumping, dancing, all those things. Okay. Now, children, when you must have also observed, when you do such external activity, your mind will become more refreshed. You will be concentrating more. Your activeness increases. So that is the benefit of the exercise. So what is the benefit of exercise? You feel active and energetic. Lot of oxygen, intake of oxygen and increase in the blood circulation happens. Then exercise makes our heart and lungs function efficiently. Okay. Now the next is take proper rest. So taking proper rest is also very much important children. So when you are, if for example you are awake the whole day, you are just doing some work, some activity, you are keeping yourself busy and engaged, your body automatically gets tired. Okay, your body, your mind, your heart automatically gets tired, especially your mind. So you need to give a proper rest to your mind and muscles also. After doing it continuously, if you do work, your muscles get tired, you will get lot of body ache, correct? Even the headache also. So you have to give a proper rest children to your mind, that is to your brain and to your body. So how you will give a rest to your body and brain? By having a undisturbed sleep. So you have to take proper rest along with the other activities. So children, usually adults require 6 to 8 hours of continuous undisturbed sleep, and children will need a minimum of 8 hours of sleep. So minimum 8 hours you have to sleep. Only then you will feel refreshed. So most of the times, if you have noticed, after having a very good sleep, after having a very good undisturbed sleep, when you get up, you feel very much refreshed and a lot more concentrative, correct? Very refreshed and active. You feel, yes, now I am ready to do any kind of work. So that is how proper rest makes our body refreshed. Okay. Next point is take care of personal hygiene or personal cleanliness. Now hygiene means keeping yourself clean. Okay. Personal means yourself. So you have to take along with all these things in order to have a proper healthy body. So along with all these things, you have to take care of hygiene, personal hygiene or personal cleanliness. That means the good habits. So what are the good habits? Yes, you have to take you have to take bath regularly. Then you have to cut short your nails. You need to see that you clean each part of your body, and also you have to wipe them. Then you should use only the articles which belong to use, such as the handkerchief, towels, combs, shoes, socks. You should not interchange with anybody else. That may again cause infections and lead to diseases, children. So you have to take care of personal hygiene. Okay, so that was all about how to keep a healthy body. Okay, now moving on to diseases, children. That is the next part of our chapter. We finished about studying about the food, what is health, what are the factors for keeping a healthy body. Now moving on to the diseases. What is a disease, children? Disease is a state of unhealthy condition of the body in which one or more parts are affected and the body does not function properly. So what is a disease? Disease is a state unhealthy condition. Okay, it is a state of unhealthy condition. You are not healthy. That condition. Okay, where one or more parts of the body gets affected. So we have various parts in our body. So one or more than one part of our body gets affected and it does not function properly. So that state of the body we call as a disease. Okay, for example, if you take eye, if you get some infection, your eye gets reddened, correct? And lot of tears starts coming or dryness, lot of dryness, then what do you say? Your eye has got infection, you have got an eye infection. So that means the eye has got affected. That is a part of the body and it's a disease now. Okay, that infection is a kind of disease. Okay. So when a definition of a disease is asked to you as a question, you have to write this, children. Okay, define disease. So answer will be disease is a state of unhealthy condition of a body in which one or more parts of the body are affected and the body does not function properly. Okay. Now disease can be classified into two main categories. So a disease can be categorized or classified majorly into two main categories. The first one is communicable disease. Communicable disease. Other one is non-communicable diseases. Non-communicable diseases. Okay. So now let me tell you about communicable disease. Before moving on to the communicable disease, let me tell you about the germs. So we have already heard since childhood we are listening to the word germs, right children? Germs. So what are these germs? So germs are certain organisms which when enter inside a body, they cause disease. Okay, they cause disease. These germs are present everywhere around us. Whether it is the air, whether water, soil, food, everywhere children. It is present everywhere, these germs. So you have to be very much careful when you encounter, so that you don't encounter these germs. Automatically the air which we breathe, it has a lot of dust particles along with the oxygen, carbon, along with the various gases. It also has certain germs in them. But our body will be in such a way protected, it will give out the immune system of the body will be strong. And when it will be strong? When you have a balanced diet, children. So that is how the food or the balanced diet plays a very important role in our health here. So germs are microscopic organisms, or also you can call as microbes. Okay, microbes. So these microbes are your naked eye. You have to view them only under microscope. Okay, they are single-celled organisms, microbes, and they are present everywhere around us. When these microbes get suitable temperature, that is warmth, the suitable conditions, only then they start growing, and their growth is very rapid. Their growth is rapid. It does not take too many days to grow. It divides very fast because they are single cell, they are simple organisms. Okay, so that is why we have to keep ourselves healthy always, so that our immune system helps to keep away from these microbes. But even then, sometimes our immune systems fail to fight against some of the microbes, and that is how we encounter a disease, children. Okay? Children, there is a lot more to explain about the communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases. Okay? Now you understand what are germs, what are microbes. Okay, germs and microbes are similar, children. So, and the two types of diseases, that is communicable disease, non-communicable disease. In our next class, I will explain you about communicable diseases and the microbes, how they are differentiated, how they are categorized again into various types like bacteria, fungi, virus. Okay. So, and also I will explain about the how communicable diseases they spread. Okay. So that's all